All right, all right. What is going on, everyone? My name is Jason. This channel is a chain of blocks. It is Friday. Happy Friday, August 27th. It is 10:47 in Los Angeles. We're doing the simulcast on TikTok as well. So if you're on TikTok, thank you for showing up. And we got some really good, interesting news. A lot of stuff happening in the world of crypto today. Obviously, we've rebounded. The market all as a whole has rebounded quite nicely as we look to move into the weekend. We'll take a look at everything, guys. Want to look at everything from Solana and their huge surge upwards. We're going to take a look at Cardano, even Microsoft getting into the fray a little bit, but we'll start right here as we do, and we'll start in the market, guys. So I want to take a look here, as I just mentioned. You know, it's been a little bit of a volatile week, right? We've kind of gone up and down. Bitcoin pressed up towards 51,000. Some people had it at 50,500 earlier in the week. Came back down into that $46,000 range, but really has bounced up quite nicely, rebounding back up as we push back towards 50. ETH has just been like a rock. Obviously, it hasn't had, the rapid jump ups like ADA or BNB, but an absolute rock. When you look at what this thing has done, it hasn't really been volatile at all. And obviously that goes to show, it probably has a lot to do with so much being staked at this point in ETH 2.0. We also saw, I believe it was over 100,000 ETH has now been burned as a part of the ETH 2.0, as the part of the London hard fork and EIP 1559. ADA back up, which is always nice. Cardano pushing back up towards $3, rallying off about two. I saw it bounce off of like in the low 250s. Still, we'll talk more about Cardano and Hoskinson here in a second. Polkadot as well as we get closer to 5 more parachain auctions on the Kusama network. Solana pressing up towards all-time highs, almost $85. Crazy. Could have got this this coin December of last year, January of this year at about $1.30. Do the math. Really, really unbelievable stuff. And we're going to talk more about Solana, why it's probably seen some of this growth, what is actually happening. But I want to move over here. China's central bank says Bitcoin has no actual value. It's like, what? But anyways, we'll go into the story, and I'm not going to try and make a fool of myself with the names here, but you have a speaker for the Central Bank of China saying that it's pure investment speculation, urging people to steer clear of them, and saying that, there's nothing here. There's nothing here for you guys to look. There's just basically almost one step away from calling it a scam. And I find it very interesting as China is days, if not months, away from releasing their own cryptocurrency. So I don't know if they're just saying that Bitcoin is a scam or cryptocurrency is a scam in general, but always interesting when you have you gotta follow what the people do and not what they actually say, right? Like they're telling us it has no value, yet they're modeling their entire financial system moving forward on the digital yuan, which is pretty much modeled after Bitcoin. So yeah, and if you look over here, another story, Ethereum value will surpass that of Bitcoin within 5 years. And this is from DeVere, CEO of independent financial consulting firm, reveals that he thinks that Ethereum will overtake the flagship cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, within 5 years, as he sees ETH having more utility for demand. So look, I understand where people can come up with that, where you could have that mindset, right? Because Bitcoin really just does one thing. It does it very, very well, but it only does one thing, and that is it's a way to move value, right? To decentralized way to move value in an autonomous way. But he's saying that Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin and is up 240% so far this year. And that's compared to 38% for Bitcoin. So that is quite massive growth. And he says one of the cryptocurrencies, one reason is the cryptocurrency's higher level of real use potential. And I think what we're going to see, like right now we operate on Bitcoin level 1, right? Like not many people are using Lightning Network. There's not a whole lot of applications that are built as level 2 applications on top of Bitcoin. So we get in this mindset that Bitcoin can really just do one thing, is move money in 10 minutes, basically. And it can probably, what we'll find out is as people are building more applications that run on the Bitcoin network in a layer 2 fashion, similar to how Lightning does, we're going to have more flexibility and more innovation that comes out on Bitcoin networks, but still very valid points here. So highlights that really is just used for financial utility. And the second reason is investors are enthusiastic surrounding the cryptocurrency's upcoming major upgrade to Ethereum 2.0. Obviously, we've talked about this. Proof of stake is going to be huge for Ethereum. And obviously that has caused a lot of buzz. And we've seen now that ETH 2.0 contract is the largest holder of Ethereum. We have thousands or 200,000 validators that are all signed up for proof of stake. So good news, positive news for Ethereum. This is not happening tomorrow. This is not happening in 2022, in my opinion. But look, as we see which of these proof of stake, I don't even know if it's going to be ETH. Is it going to be Cardano? Is it going to be Solana or Polkadot or Cosmos or one of these others? But it's an interesting thing to take note. And just to further on that point, is coming from Finbold, which I believe is a Forbes subsidiary. Ethereum challenging Bitcoin's position with institutional interest increase. And that's what their data is showing. So data provided by Bloomberg indicates a sign of increased institutional interest in Ethereum with its 1 month forward contract leaning at 8.37% of the premium price. So they judge this institutional interest based on what people are doing in the futures market. And they're saying that we're seeing more institutions come out and support Ethereum rather than Bitcoin at this present time. So just stuff to look at as we move on. And I'll update this again because, like I said, we got the rock over here, ETH 32. It's almost like a stable coin at this point. It's absolutely incredible. So guys, if you're on TikTok, I appreciate everybody that's watching. We're doing the live stream on YouTube as well. More of an interactive experience. If you want to come over and check us out, appreciate everybody that is watching. And guys, I want to go over here as this is, I hate when I have to talk about him, but he makes me talk about him sometimes. And I call him the grumpiest man in crypto. You can call him whatever you want. Get off my lawn, Peter, whatever. But Peter Schiff wins debate. It's up for debate whether he won this debate over whether gold is a better store of value than Bitcoin. So during the debate that was aired, I believe, yesterday, Schiff said in reality, Bitcoin and gold have absolutely nothing in common, as gold has value due to its metallic properties, while Bitcoin is just a giant pump and dump. It's like, do we have to explain it to you again, Peter? Look, the value of Bitcoin, right? If you just don't understand Bitcoin, the easiest way I can explain it to you is Bitcoin is two things, and it just does one thing, right? So it's two things. It's a method to exchange value. It's the coin, right? The so-called coin. We can exchange the coin. It's a method of value exchange. And it's also a network. So the only thing that Bitcoin does, and it does it incredibly well, is it prevents two transactions from happening at the same time. So if I have one Bitcoin and I send that Bitcoin to my mom and my dad at the same time, all it does is make sure that only one of those people gets the Bitcoin. So it's preventing double spend. So we have a network that prevents double spend in a decentralized, autonomous way. And you're telling me that that has no value. I just don't get it. So he was up in a debate against Anthony Scaramucci. And before the debate began, a poll scored that 38% of the online audience was in favor of precious metals, 26% in favor of Bitcoin, and 35% undecided. So pretty good sample size. Schiff was able to swing a significant number of the precious metals by the end, with a final results tallying 51% for gold and 32% for Bitcoin, 17% still undecided. So Scaramucci basically told you what I just told you. It's a network for decentralized autonomous transactions with absolute finality and no chance of double spend. And basically, Schiff came out and said it's all marketing to market Bitcoin like gold 2.0. I mean, Bitcoin itself is always displayed as a coin in the color of gold, and you put things like a B on it, and the coin. And he basically went on to say that as a crypto skeptic, he thinks it's a Ponzi scheme. He thinks it's a pump and dump. And Tulip Mania? I don't even know what this guy is. But this guy, he's annoying. Earlier this week or last week, he came out and said, one of my biggest regrets and biggest mistakes was not putting $100,000 into Bitcoin back in 2014. So look, the guy's obviously well connected. He's kind of annoying when he talks about this stuff, but I thought I would bring it to you anyways. Let's see what's going on in the comments section real quick. I haven't checked in. Kamrul, hey everybody. Welcome everybody. Thank you for checking in. Solar Wind. Turn your moon on. I forgot to turn the moon on. I wish I had the remote. Yeah, someone asked about the moon. I put it up, but I forgot to turn it on. We'll just pretend that it's on. Any color requests for the moon, I'll do it next time. I apologize. Let's go over here. Yeah. Yeah, so if you use MetaMask like me, I'm a big MetaMask fan. I always have been. I use Trust Wallet. I pretty much have all of them, right? But MetaMask for me, I find it the one that I'm using the most. I have it here on my Brave browser, the plugin right here. They're evaluating creation of a native token. And look, I don't know that it makes sense, but I like the way that MetaMask is going about evaluating this. So MetaMask is a popular cryptocurrency wallet, recently held a community call in which it revealed plans for possible native token release. And here's what I like about this, right? Like we have a lot of tokens and a lot of coins and probably too many. And it's very resemblant of what we had in early internet days with the .com. Every website, we had diapers.com and babyfood.com and blah, blah, blah. And Amazon was just like, hey, I'm just going to buy all of them. So are we in that stage of crypto? Yeah, we probably are. So what I like about the way that MetaMask is going over this is they say that there's some conditions. And the main one is the core team behind the popular wallet says that they want and need a compelling use case for it to be considered substantial for them to do this, right? Because MetaMask is busy, right? If you're using their mobile app, they have now integrations with several DEXs. So you can come on here. It's almost like Travelocity for crypto. You come on here and they're shopping rates on decentralized exchange. So they're doing development, guys. Don't get me wrong. This is a they're doing very aggressive development. They just want to make sure that to develop this coin, because there's a lot behind it, to take those team members that are doing other things, they want to make sure there's something behind it. So earlier in April, MetaMask reached roughly 5 million active users. Crazy. And a lot of that is attributed to what we've seen in the NFT space across the crypto industry. But yeah, look, they've integrations with Uniswap, 1inch, all these things. So the community call also discussed new features that would allow assets to be bridged natively onto MetaMask across different chains. So that's great. That's really great. I love MetaMask, and I love that they're doing some big things here. Spread the FUD and hold off mad adoption. I don't know. Sometimes I just come in and I start reading comments and I pop in at the wrong time. So thank you everybody on TikTok. Come join us on YouTube. You might like the experience a little bit better. You might not. So if you come over and you don't like it better, don't blame me. But you might like it better. I don't know. All right. We're here. Our camera has not died yet. That's exciting news. I want to come over here. We haven't talked so much about Solana, but it's an interesting project, obviously. And like I mentioned in that opening, we've had obviously growth of, if you can look at the charts, Solana was like at $1.35 in December. Now, obviously, $85. So Solana hits record with SOL price up over 218% in 6 weeks. What's behind the rally? SOL prices printed another milestone, touching $85 earlier today, August 22nd. Traders assess a flurry of optimistic fundamentals, including Solana's price potential foray into Wall Street. That's interesting. So on August 24th, digital asset management company firm Osprey Funds registered a first of its kind Solana fund with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Committee. In doing so, the New York firm hinted at giving institutional exposure to the Solana market. And then obviously as the tokens surged more than 4,300%, that's what I was talking about in 2021. So if you got in on Solana on Christmas of last year, Christmas of this year, it was going to be very, very nice for you, is my prediction. So a day later, real-time data feeder Python Network announced that it's going live on Solana's proof-of-stake blockchain. The firm provides high-fidelity stream data, okay, and from traders exchanges, which allows to cover global market activity without depending on a single data source. And that's really cool, right? Almost like an Oracle situation there. Sol serves two primary cases on the Solana network. So that's what I always talk about. Like, make sure people are using this. If you're going to support this is an actual proof of stake blockchain that is now, I believe, the number 10 cryptocurrency. Make sure people are using it if you want to get behind it. And then what is the use case of the token? So this has two actual use cases. People can stake their SOL in a similar method as you're used to with Ethereum or Cardano by delegating or staking to an active validator to secure on the blockchain. In return, stakeholders receive inflation. And I think when they say inflation rewards, they're talking about the staking rewards that you get as part of mining validation and fees that are associated on the network. Second, users can use SOL as fees for conducting transactions, so gas of the network. So it's a two-prong approach for the SOL token. Guys, I wasn't one that got in early on Sol. I wish I was. I mean, it's hard to know. It's always hard to know. But if you did, congratulations. I mean, it's fantastic what they're doing over there. MetaMask would be good. 100x token when it drops. Possibly. Is big crash coming? I don't know. I mean, what I'm seeing is it doesn't look like that. I mean, you never know, right? Like, who could have expected we were going to run from 30,000 to back over 50,000 in the matter of about 2 weeks? I don't know that too many could have predicted that, but I don't know that we're crashing, guys. Like, everything seems to be leading the opposite way. And when you see these crashes, generally what we see is, you know, these big companies and institutions that are backers are putting out some information that may lead people into an opposite way, therefore, you know, trying to force selling and possibly get cryptocurrencies at a discounted price. So I don't really see that happening right now. We don't talk about Doge much, but I'll talk about Doge today. Let's get over here. Alleged Dogecoin mining scam rakes in 119 million. This is according to reports out of Turkey. The alleged scammer, identified as Turgut V, and his team told people in Turkey that they get 100% returns on investment in Dogecoin mining technology. This is according to Turkish news television. And look, I mean, I feel bad for anybody that got scammed out. And look, I've gotten 100% return. So it's not like you sometimes you'd be like, oh, it's too good to be true. And you definitely do want to do your own research. I've never heard of Turgut V. I mean, I've gotten 100% returns going with like things on PancakeSwap. And still, I do realize there's a lot of inherent risk in there, as you should as well. The higher the return, the higher the risk. That's always going to be the case, guys. Doesn't look like anybody got their crypto back. It's one of those things. You do look, if somebody other than me is saying that they're going to give you free crypto, it's probably a lie. I've proven it thousands of times, given out tens of thousands of dollars worth of crypto. So I think you can trust me at this point. But if anybody's asking you for your private key in exchange for crypto, if anybody's saying, I'll give you this if you give me this, offering 100% returns on Dogecoin mining is a little bit crazy. But if we go look at a positive news for Doge, if there is positive news, Three Arrows Capital, and they're no joke, this is a reputable firm, CEO very bullish on Dogecoin, and sees no risk of Doge ever having regulatory issues, any regulatory issues. That's a bold statement. But who we're talking about here is Su Zhu. Hopefully I got it right. CEO of Three Arrows Capital. Su explained that he is very bullish on the meme cryptocurrency for the various reasons, including its affordability. And I want to stop on that right now. Is it more affordable than anything else? I don't know. I mean, like, obviously Dogecoin is 27 cents. ETH is $32. But if I buy $100 of Dogecoin and I buy $100 worth of ETH, both are worth $100. So I always have a little bit of a hard time with the affordability. That's not a good thing. If you're looking to make money in this market, don't just go with the coins that you feel are affordable because you can buy more. $100 is $100 is $100, regardless of what coin you buy. It could also go down just as fast. If you buy a real shit coin, $100 worth of it, it could go to zero real fast. So I don't really love that first mention there, but accessibility. And again, I would say 60 or 70% of people that own Dogecoin own it on Robinhood. So not very accessible. Okay. And the name recognition and appeal to everyday investors. Now that is very, very important. He goes on to mention that Dogecoin at this point actually has more name recognition. If you were to go talk to people that aren't in cryptocurrency, they would probably know Dogecoin over Ethereum. They would definitely know it over Binance, and they would definitely know it over Cardano. So he says, I'm very bullish on Dogecoin. Its memes are simple. The man who drinks beer can understand it. I drink beer and I can understand proof of work and proof of stake as well. Also Byzantine fault tolerance, but just saying the girl who's posting selfies can understand it, and she can just put her money in and outperform everybody. It's a little bit simple-minded, I think. In addition, Sue pointed out it was also a fair launch, by the way, so there is no risk of ever being deemed a security. He emphasized there is no risk of ever having any regulatory issues ever. All right. So he likes Dogecoin. And if we look at Dogecoin right now, rebounded a little bit. It was in the mid-30s yesterday. 2 days ago. We'll refresh this. Right at that 28 cent level. Holding pretty strong in my opinion. normally when we see these crashes, flash crashes, as this one looks like it was, the coins like Doge and what I call the coins or the projects with less use case, right? Not that it doesn't work, not that nobody uses it, not that nobody has it, not that it can't be good, okay? But less use case, less utility. I feel like those projects tend to crumble and fall a little bit faster and harder in times of uncertainty because, people tend to, I think, pull their money out of those faster. So, yeah. All right. We will move it along past Doge. We'll talk a little bit on Microsoft and Microsoft getting into the game. They've been in the game, right? But Microsoft granted with patent for token interoperability solution. So technology firm Microsoft recently granted with a patent for token interoperability. The solution will enable developers to create cross-chain platforms. If you watch this channel, what do I talk about? Usability and cross-chain interoperability assets for the Microsoft enterprise clients. So the service itself provides the developers with token templates, with each template representing several types of physical digital assets. So guys, this is what you want to see because Microsoft is a leader in tech. They've been involved in crypto for a while. I believe you can use Bitcoin for Xbox transactions for a while, guys. But look, anytime we're getting these huge tech behemoths contributing resources, not only in a financial way, but their time and their team and what they have as far as just like development staff, it is very, very big news. So the patent references current enterprise class projects using blockchain technology such as Hyperledger Fabric, Quorum, R3 Corda, and ChainCore. So that's awesome. I mean, that's really, really good news, I think. And I'm going to read some comments here. We haven't read any comments. Anybody on TikTok, thank you for watching. Check it out on YouTube if you're over there. Nice. All right. We'll finish, not finish, but we'll move over to everyone's favorite topic, the Hosk, Charles Hoskinson. Yesterday we were talking about this, right? So Cardano partnered with a program, or they have an integration now to increase their security on the network. And what that essentially means is they're partnering with this, I believe it's called CoinShares or Confirm. Yeah, provider Confirm. So people are coming out and saying like, you're now going to be asking for AML. You're now be asking for personal information, things that would, make us very close to what a bank is doing. And, excessive regulation, as this person points out, Weiss Crypto. The Cardano Foundation announced on Tuesday that the company will comply with anti-money laundering measures by partnering with the blockchain analytics provider Confirm. The partnership will enable exchanges, custodians, and other third parties to track history of Cardano's native cryptocurrency. And I think this sounds bad. And I'm not for tracking and overprotection and people getting involved in this DeFi space. However, I'm also not for money laundering. Just me. And I'm also not for like human trafficking and, shady illicit activities. Just a personal preference, again. But I think we need to come to a way. And I think blockchain technology and decentralized technology and security, whether we're using ZK snarks or some sort of security or privacy capabilities, we have to come to a way where we can do both things, right? Where we can keep the information secure, private, and not harm the DeFi landscape or the decentralized landscape, but also comply with some of these other factors as well. So I think what Cardano is doing is important, and I don't think it's necessarily going to be a bad thing in the long term. People can come out and point fingers and say, yeah, you're doing this and you're part of the problem. But I think if we're looking at this as a holistic solution, it will be a good thing moving forward. So we'll move over to this. Cardano chart painting a bull flag for $3 ADA, price ahead of the ERC20 converter launch. And we were talking about this yesterday too. So the ability to run and use Cardano ADA via a Ethereum virtual machine or EVM. So you have the ability to move liquidity cross-chain or cross-platform between the two chains, between Ethereum and Cardano. So If we look over here, what this is laying out here, you see this bull flag that is painted right here. We have this bottoming here back on about the 18th, rise back up. Or they're trying the flag actually from here. So this would be the 22nd, 21st, and rise up here, get into this. So here you have the flagpole, you have the flag coming down here. And generally speaking, on these flagpoles, a bullish flagpole like this, you would see a breakout to the top here. And generally speaking, what you do is you measure the flagpole to the top, and then you chart it here. So where the breakout takes place, you would map it up here. So that's where they're getting these predictions. And if we look back over here, it says, yeah, typically breaks out. Cardano flagpole is 58 cents long. As a result, ADA's USD bull flag target is 305. And you can see we've already definitely broken out what they've been talking about at 286 right now. So according to this, charting a target price of 305. All right. All right. Those are my stories. I'm going to take some questions. I'm going to scroll through here. We'll see if there's any questions from you guys. And let's see what's going on. ADA to 150. Oh, God, that would be nice. 3 miners. Okay. Huh. All right. Yeah. All right, guys. Hope you liked the live stream. Let me know. New format's up. Let me know what you guys think. Are we doing better? I think it's good. I think it's just better that the camera doesn't go off. Hopefully it looked a little bit better today. And hopefully my mouth is moving with the words. I can, we'll get better each time. And what's for lunch? Oh, God. Yeah, that's a good question. That's the best question. Got to go figure out what's for lunch, guys. Until the next time, be safe.